All right, hello, devotioners. How are you? It is Wednesday. So glad to be with you today. And I just want to leave something for you to think about. Is that all right? Something for you to meditate upon. And I think that something is something that will be helpful for you, even as you navigate just life, right? I want to be in the book tonight of James, chapter 4, verses 17, the book of James, chapter 4, and verse 17. And I'm reading from the NIV version here. The Bible says, if anyone then knows the good they ought to do it and doesn't do it, it is sin for them. All right. The English Standard Version says, so whoever knows the right thing to do and fails to do it, for him it is sin. I want to talk to you tonight about doing the right thing. And I want to start off our devotion tonight by saying we've all sinned and we've all come short of the glory of God. There was one point or another in our lives where we knew to do the right thing and we diverted from doing it, and we have lived to see the consequences of it. Eventually, something came back and bit us at a time when we couldn't afford for it to happen. And I want to encourage us tonight as we're maturing, as we're growing, for those of us who might be even in leadership position or those who aspire to be in leadership position, to do this thing, do the right thing, do the right thing. And I know sometimes doing the right thing is hard, but it's always the right thing to do. I want to ask you tonight this question. Do you only do good things so that other people can see you? I want you to ask yourself that question. Do you only do good things so that other people can see you? Furthermore, do you do good things so that other people can classify you as a good person? Or is doing the right thing something that genuinely emanates from your heart? You're really doing this out of the kindness, the genuineness, the authenticity of who you are. Are you being that way because you know it's the right thing to do? Or are you doing it because? What is your motive? Remember a couple months ago, we talked about what's your MO? What is your modus operandi? What is it? What is it that makes you do what you do? And I'm here to say to you tonight in our devotion, do the right thing. It's hard, but we've often heard that we cannot hide from God. And we cannot play hide and seek with God, that He sees everything, He knows everything. And what defines somebody's character is how they treat other people, especially people who they don't deem as much. The Bible calls those people the least of these. Is how they treat other people, how they treat the least of these when nobody is looking, is how they truly are when nobody is looking, is when there's no lights or there's no camera or there's nobody to sing your praises. That's the true character of a person, is when nobody is looking. We do the right thing not to get applause, not for somebody to pat us on our back, but we do the right thing because that's who we are. That's our character. When nobody is looking, I heard, that's who you truly are. When you're home alone, that's who you are. That's what defines your integrity, is when nobody is doing. And so if you're doing the right thing when nobody is looking, I can tell you this much. It cleanses your conscience. It really, really does. It cleanses your conscience. It gives you a peace of mind because you know I don't have anything to hide. And just in case so I didn't see the person peeping behind, I don't have anything to worry about because I knew I conducted myself with integrity. I knew I allowed my true character to come through, which is to do the right thing. So not only does it cleanses your conscience, it also improves your mood when you know you have done the right thing. You can go to sleep at night. And I'm going to pause here for a moment and I want to say this to you, and I said it earlier in our introduction. Doing the right thing actually enhances our lives. It really, really does. We can all attest to this, that there was a point in our lives when we did something wrong that we didn't want anybody to find out, because we know that if certain people found out, the ramifications of our actions would be costly. We know that the consequences would be too high of a price to pay. And so when we do the right thing, it enhances our lives. I said this earlier, that we have to be so careful. I have to be so careful. You have to be so careful. We all have to be so careful to doing the right thing, because at a time when you and I will feel like I'm at a certain place in my life, I'm at a good place in my life, everything is going well, things are, coming into alignment, and there's transformation taking place, and you feel good about yourself. And then boop, here comes something that you did that you would want to say it came from out of the blue. But the truth of the matter is, it didn't. It was a seed that we planted, that we watered, that we allowed to grow. We didn't take care of it. We didn't deal with it. We avoided it. And we think that, it would disappear on its own. And boom, right in the midst of great triumph, right in the midst of when everything is coming together, right at the midst where you feel like, yes, I'm ready to be catapulted into the stratosphere, then boop, here comes this situation that I didn't take care of, that I didn't fix, that I avoided. Boom, here it comes. And what it normally does, it sets us back a little bit, because now there's an unfolding as to who I used to be and who you used to be. And people may start to look at you differently because you're like, oh, I didn't know that he did this or she did that, or she treated them that way, or he treated them that way, or they treated this person that way. Oh, wow. When you have the opportunity to correct and to fix and to do the work, now when you're at a certain place, here it comes. Here it comes. And God is saying to us tonight, it's scripture, if you know to do the right thing, do it. Don't avoid it. Take care of it. You may be looked at as a nuisance. You may looked at like, what's wrong with you? Here we go again. But it's best you take care of those little things and avoid them growing into big things and come knocking at the door when you would have rather be going higher. God is saying in the book of James, if you know to do right, do it. And if you don't do right, it is a sin. I mean, sometimes we classify sin as just people that are drunk and people that, do illicit things. But here is something that we all can examine ourselves. Because you maybe would say, well, I don't do that. I don't do that sin. I don't do that sin. I don't do that sin. But all of us tonight can say, you know what? There are some things that I didn't take care of. There are moments when I should have done right and I didn't do it. I avoided it. Tonight, if you know to do right, do the right thing. Don't patty cake around stuff. Don't do it. Get to the root of it. It might hurt. You may cry. You may be sad at some point, but you know what? I can't take this into my destiny. I can't take this. I can't do this because it is going to be a hindrance. Don't let anybody fool you. There are people right now. Politicians can tell you best. That's why when people are going into politics, there's somebody, hear this, there's somebody that sits them down and get all the information they possibly can. What did you do in college? Did you ever did this? Did you ever do that? Who did you talk to in college? What's the relationship like now? And, did you ever smoke? Did you ever drink? Were you at any, parties? They ask all these things. And sometimes you think, what does it have to do with anything? It has everything to do with everything. Because guess what? Somebody from out of the woodworks may come and say, hey. So they ask you, and what they ask you to do is to be honest. Do the right thing. Do the right thing. Be honest. You know what? I felt this way. I was hurt. I was bruised. Whatever. Say, do the right thing and just let it go. And I'm going to close with this. What doing the right thing does. It really allows, or should I say foster, personal integrity. It's my daughter. It really fosters personal integrity. And if there's anything that we need now more than any, is integrity. We need to be honest. When we do the right thing, it breeds honesty. Doing the right thing breeds honesty. It breeds integrity. It does. And so I want you to think about that tonight. I know it's short, but I really want you to really think about it. We'll journey into it another time. We'll see what the Lord does. But if you want me to continue, certainly let me know. But doing the right thing, it's so important. So important. And it's helpful in being a Christian, working in our secular jobs, whatever. It is so important. So important. Do the right thing. No matter what the consequences, do the right thing. I hope this was a blessing to you. And again, like I said, we'll talk more about it at some other time, maybe tomorrow. We'll see what the Lord does. But I wanted to share this with you tonight. All right. So as always, may the Lord bless you, keep you, cause his great face to shine upon you. May the Lord be gracious unto you. May the Lord grant you peace, the peace that passes all understanding. I'll see you soon, and I'll see you on the side of victory. God bless you tonight in Jesus' name. Good night, everybody.